So last night, Ian Garry put on a masterclass against Carlos Protes. He was not fighting like a vegan. He was not fighting like a cuck. Bro was swinging. Bro was styling. He was slipping punches like he was in the Matrix, like he was prime Adesanya. He was hitting takedowns like he was prime Jordan Burroughs. Actually, not Jordan Burroughs. Let's be real. Prime Marab. Maybe not even prime Marab. But what I'm saying, he dominated Carlos Protes. He was rocking him. He was driving him back. Look at him popping his head up, knocking the cigarette smoke out of his mouth. Beat him 4-1. Like I predicted, shameless plug. This was his best performance since Neil Magny.
Neil Magny's soul is in my back pocket as we speak right now.
But here's the thing. The fact that half the content that I consume about Ian Garry is him saying delusional things is a real travesty. Because I truly believe if I was deaf and illiterate, I would be an Ian Garry fan. I would love this guy. Like, if you want to enjoy Ian Garry, you just got to watch the UFC on mute. Just never know what his voice sounds like. See him go undefeated. See him survive the fight with Shavkat. You know,
what's wrong with Ian Garry? I've never heard him say anything bad.
He's annoying, Granddad.
Huh?
He's annoying, Granddad.
What'd you say?
Like, I didn't know what a wag was until I read an Ian Garry headline. I didn't need to know what a wag was. Imagine if I couldn't read, how free I would be. Free as a bird. Because the sad thing is, man, Ian Garry is actually super nice at fighting. Oh my goodness. And here's another guy, Bilal Muhammad. Please, dude. I want to like you, Bilal Muhammad. I told you Gary's IQ was going to win this. Dude, shut up, bro. Ian Garry is super nice at fighting. He just beat a fighting nerd with 10 straight knockouts, 4-1. Do I wish he actually knocked these dudes out cold? Yes. Is his wrestling cringy sometimes?
Hey, yo!
Yes. But as I'm watching him go 4 for 19 on takedowns and knowing that Carlos Protes is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I mean, I gotta admit, yeah, he looks like a 6-year-old against these black belts. But what do I look like against black belts? I look like a blow-up doll against black belts. So props to him for holding his own. It's really a predicament. Because if you look into Ian Garry content at all, for any amount of time, outside of the ring, with the sound on, you will get pissed off. He will piss you off. Oh, what did he say? Did he say he's more Brazilian than Carlos Protes?
I'm more Brazilian than this guy is.
And why did he say he's more Brazilian than Carlos Protes? Because Carlos Protes smokes American cigarettes and he eats acai bowls?
I'm in Brazil having Guaraná, acai, and paçoquita. I'm more Brazilian than this guy is.
Bro is a tourist. Bro, literally, you named 3 tourist foods. Guaraná, acai, and paçoquita. So a soda, a smoothie, and a kid's candy? Okay, dude. Logic, bro. I'm pissed. And then he said Brazil is rooting for him?
Yes, I've got his whole country wanting me to win.
Dude, who are these Ian Garry fans he keeps talking about? Who are these Ian Garry fans? Have you met one? I've never met one. Have you met one? People in the comments, are you an Ian Garry fan? Are you one of the people who lurks in the shadows, never to be seen by the light of day? Are you one of them? Who are these dudes?
Hey, who are these niggas?
We lurk in the shadows. You will never find us. We are Ian Garry fans. You know, we live in the caves of Ireland. And we are also illiterate. You know, you gotta be illiterate, bro. You gotta be illiterate. Or his cousin and training partner. Like, there's no other way. Like, I know there's probably Irish people who are like, yeah, you know, he's cool. Oh, wait, let me try. You know, he's cool and all, but he's from my hometown. Okay, I don't know. There's probably Irish people who are like, yeah, he's cool. He's from my hometown. I like him, but... what do you mean, but? Huh? What do you mean, but? What do you mean, but, huh? Why is there a disclaimer on this guy? You know, I'm sure there's Brazilians at his gym who are cool with him. Charles Oliveira, he's cool with him. You know, I like it. He's a cool guy, you know. We fight, we train. Homem bom. One-on-one, I'm sure he's probably mad cool. As a training partner, especially, you know, he's super passionate about fighting. If you're passionate about fighting, he's probably a good friend. But then when he gets on the mic, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. It's like the moon, a werewolf seeing the moon. Except instead of becoming like a big scary werewolf, he becomes like one of those small annoying dogs that barks a lot. What did he say? Did he say he's next in line for the title?
And I'm next. Whoever wins that fight, if that fight goes ahead, that's my next opponent.
Even though he lost to the number 1 contender? Why? Because he beat a number 13 ranked guy? By decision? I'm pissed, bro. I'm pissed. Then you see his wife. Dude, I don't need to know all this. 3 lies you believed about Ian Garry. I'm sorry if you don't understand British humor and your humor is not evolved like us. Bro, shut up. Why is she putting out 3-step tutorials to liking her husband? You shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to put a 3-step process to me understanding your 25-year-old husband. 25-year-olds are not that hard to understand, you know? And why are you quoting, she's quoting Shakespeare? She's British, but she's Brazilian. I thought that's why he took her last name. Also, he took her last name. I'm pissed, dude. I'm pissed. Every time, if I was deaf, bro, I would be a diehard. I wouldn't have this YouTube channel. I'd be signing. It'd be a video. You'd see my face or my hands. And I'd be signing up a storm how much I love Ian Garry. The thing is, man, could you imagine if Ian Garry didn't talk as much? Oh, yeah. Let me stop, though, because I'm attacking his family. Could you imagine, though, if Ian Garry didn't talk as much and he just kept his personal life to himself? Wow, man. Could you imagine? Imagine a world where Ian Garry keeps his personal life and other people's personal life to himself. And he doesn't broadcast it to hundreds of thousands of people, right? Because all of this is optional. His wife's middle name thing, that could be just something personal he keeps to himself. His marriage, but he puts it out there. He dishes it out to others. He's always making personal jabs about the lifestyles of his opponents, especially if he thinks he can beat them. Shavkat, you didn't hear a peep. You didn't hear, I have the utmost respect for Shavkat Rachmanov. I think he's a boogeyman, and I'd love to get in there against him and show who I am. You know, completely just the utmost respect, like Shavkat was the president. But Neil Magny?
They should have.
Have you said thank you once?
He beats his kids, how dare you? You know, oh my gosh. Neil Magny lost custody of his kids because of Ian Garry. Jeff Neal, he put the mugshot of Jeff Neal out here. Colby Covington, he's talking about you're washed, you're scared, you're running from me. I'll whoop you. I mean, let's be honest. Colby Covington, I'd like to see Ian Garry. That's how he can win us back, man. He talked about Carlos Protes, you're not Brazilian, you're smoking cigarettes, you have a bad lifestyle, and you're a quitter.
He's a quitter. Now you've got to pull up the video of him quitting. Mid-fight.
I'll fucking show you.
I could never quit. Me? I mean, just me. He hit him with the me personally. That could never be. I wouldn't let that slide. Could you imagine you're signed up to fight against Ian Garry and he goes and he looks up the most embarrassing, shameful moment of your life and he hits Brett Okamoto with, I mean, honestly, if it was me, I wouldn't let that slide. But that's cool. Whether he's trying to be a heel on purpose or not, delusional self-confidence is annoying when it's not backed up. But when it equals the result, then it's appreciated. Right? Ilia Topuria was arrogant and annoying at one point. When he was ranked number 7, he was arrogant and annoying. Then he backed it up and he slept a bunch of champions. Now we respect him. Now everyone is Team Ilia versus Islam. Muhammad Ali was arrogant and annoying also before he was champion. But then he backed it up and he slept a bunch of champions. Then he stood on business, protested the Vietnam War, was stripped of his belt for 3 years, came back and slept the champion again. So yeah, he gets respect. Now Ian Garry, he's ranked number 7. He's annoying. Has he slept any champions? No. Who's the last person he slept? Daniel Rodriguez. Okay, has not beaten any champions, but has taken ranked guys to decisions. So yes, he is still annoying. Protes has more respect. Protes has more fans because he KOs dudes. He may be KOing unranked, door-to-door vacuum salesmen, but he doesn't make a big mess about it. He doesn't talk all a mess about it. Even the Bible, it says, a fool is thought wise if he keeps silent. That's why we like Carlos Protes. These silent assassins, they knock people out. Shavkat Rachmanov. You ever heard Shavkat say a doggone word? Shavkat,
Shavkat Rachmanov can talk like this.
You have no idea what his voice sounds like.
Shavkat Rachmanov can talk like this.
You have no idea what Shavkat Rachmanov sounds like, but you want him to fight for the title. He's one of the coolest welterweights in the whole UFC. Even a fool is thought wise if he keeps his mouth shut. Here's the thing, man. I can respect Ian Garry for taking these fights on short notice against tough guys. I really do, because you don't see that from a lot of people. I can respect him for standing on what he says and doubling down and defending his wife, defending his kids, defending his name. I can respect that, man. That takes a real man. I can respect him. He's 27 years old. For him to be as confident as he is, for him to be as camera ready as he is, media trained as he is. I know 30-year-olds who can't talk to women, bro, without shaking. Ian Garry, he cuffed a rich, successful 40-year-old woman. When he was 25 years old, he can talk to a camera, he can talk to a crowd, he demands what he wants, and he goes after it. He believes in himself so much that it's exhausting to listen to him. And so in the end of his career, we're either going to realize that this was all an act, or he's a complete psychopath. A complete psychopath who just luckily found the sport of MMA. But that's why he's so successful. So I do respect him. And if you're ranked below number 7 in the UFC, he can absolutely beat the crap out of you by decision. But he is so annoying.